Okay, let's get right into it. We all kind of know that solar panels get hot and that heat messes with their power output. But the usual explanation, it barely scratches the surface. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see what's really going on inside. And that right there is the key word collapsing. Something is literally collapsing. So to figure this out, we're going to use a thermal camera to see the heat and a live watt meter to see the electrical truth at the exact same time. Let's do this. All right, so first things first, we have to talk about the common story. You know, the one you hear on all the forums and in most videos. It's not that it's wrong exactly, it's just really incomplete. You've heard this a million times, right? Hot panels make less power. Somebody might mention the temperature coefficient. And of course, the advice is always, make sure you have good ventilation. And look, that's all true, but it totally misses the fundamental reason why the power is actually dropping off a cliff. This is the real story. We're not just talking about things getting warm. We are talking about a very specific electrical event. It's called a voltage collapse. So just think of voltage as the electrical pressure that's pushing energy through your system. Now, solar panels, they're semiconductor devices, and as the silicon inside them gets hotter and hotter, that usable pressure, that's the very first thing to go. And here's where it gets super interesting. As the panel heats up, the voltage, our electrical pressure, it just takes a nosedive. It drops a lot. But at the same time, the current, which is the flow of energy, it actually goes up a tiny, tiny bit. But you can see the problem right away. That little bump in current is nowhere near enough to make up for the massive drop in pressure. And this simple formula explains everything. Power equals voltage times current. So if your voltage falls off a cliff while your current only inches up a little, well, your total power output is going to tank. That, my friends, is the collapse. Look, theory is great and all, but I want you to see this happen. We're going to walk through step by step what actually goes down in real time as a panel just sits out in the sun. So we start out with a cool panel. Everything's happy, voltage is nice and high. Then the thermal camera shows it's starting to heat up. Now watch the watt meter. The very first thing to move is the voltage. It starts to fall. Then you see the current adjust a tiny bit. And right after that, the charge controller basically starts to panic. It has to start hunting for the new, much lower maximum power point. The system is just trying to make the best of a really bad situation. Here's our baseline. It's a cool morning. The panel is working perfectly, putting out a really healthy 37.5 volts. Everything is running just the way it should. And bam. A few hours later, here's the reality. The panel is cooking, and the voltage has plummeted down to 31.2 volts. That is a massive drop in electrical pressure. You are literally seeing the voltage collapse in the numbers. So this is the key takeaway here. The power you're losing isn't just because the sun moved. No, it's an internal electrical problem. The heat is literally distorting the panel's ability to produce usable voltage. Now, this is where most explanations just stop, but the problem doesn't stay in the panel. What happens in that panel kicks off a chain reaction that goes through your entire system. So you have to ask the question, once the panel's hot and the voltage has collapsed, where does all that extra heat and electrical stress actually go? Well, it travels right down the line. That stress gets pushed from the hot panel into your connectors. Then it starts heating up the DC cables themselves. And finally, it dumps that extra thermal load right onto the terminals of your charge controller. The problem isn't staying put, it's spreading. And this is what creates a really dangerous feedback loop. Your voltage drops, so the charge controller might try to pull more current to compensate. But more current flowing through wires creates even more heat. So the initial heat from the sun is now being amplified by your own electrical system. So at this point, we have to totally reframe how we're thinking about this. This isn't just about losing a few watts of power. This has become a critical issue of system reliability and, honestly, safety. I mean, a panel sitting in the hot sun can be hot enough to give you a serious burn. Those stress connectors we talked about, they can loosen an arc, and that's a genuine fire risk. And all the while, if your cables aren't sized properly, they can be silently overheating, degrading their insulation, just waiting to fail. This is why it matters so much. So let's bring it all home. The next time you see a thermal image of a solar panel glowing hot, don't just see the temperature. I want you to understand that you are looking at a picture of a voltage collapse happening in real time. That heat is your lost power. And that leaves us with one final big question to think about. We spend all this time designing our solar systems to capture the most sunlight, but have we really engineered them to handle the incredible heat that always comes with it? It's definitely something to think about.